Okay, so this is just a book review on Voices from the Past, World History, and just a couple brief comments about this. You know, I'm always listening to some type of book in the car, and I have a whole bunch of stack of audiobooks that I've just been going through them, I moved to a new place, so I'm going through all my audiobooks, deciding what to keep, what to toss out. And these are 15-minute short stories about all these famous people from history. I like this book, and I would say this is the kind of book, if you're a parent and you drive your kids to school, you could play this in the CD player and each famous person from history then have a conversation with the kids. My father used to play this game called Trivial Pursuit, and then he would just, tell us we were barbarians, Philistines, idiots if we didn't know these famous people from history, and that would generate good conversations. The content level of this book is sort of really about high school to college level, but it's pretty understandable, I think, even for an intelligent junior high kid. And, most of the time when my kids were young, I was mostly a surgeon at that time. So I was going to work early, coming home late every day. I didn't really drive much with them in the car because I would always be on call, and so the wife or the babysitter would usually be driving the kids. But there were a few rare times when I drove, and I liked that because you could talk to the kids. They're in the car with you versus normally in the house, they're running off in 10 different directions, and I didn't really talk to them that much. And the way to teach history is by biography. So I like this book that it goes through a biography. It'll go through the biography of, one individual Greek myth, the Minotaur, Alexander the Great. Then it'll go through famous people from all over the world, like Ashoka of India, King Arthur, Joan of Arc, Mozart, Napoleon, Charles Dickens, and many other ones. And they're just a 15-minute soundbite. And a parent, what they could do is just read the night in advance what you're going to play in the car with the kids the next day, and then you'll be more prepared to have an intelligent discussion with them. Because just to know a little bit of history, the average child nowadays is such a complete ignoramus with zero education, knowledge, functionally illiterate, that for your kid just to know a little bit of history, they'll be way ahead of everyone else. And this stuff is valuable. I'll talk about it in a separate lecture, why reading and intelligent conversation, it just dramatically improves cognitive development. In a world full of idiots, if you have sophisticated verbal skills, thinking skills and stuff, you're just way ahead of the game in an academic setting. So anyways, I do think it's a good book, especially for parents to try to educate their kids at the high school, junior high level. Once you get more advanced in history, this is pretty introductory level, but it's still well done in the sense it's in a biography, good stories, but it's more of a junior thing. Anyways, that's it.